Hey, do you love music but have a hard time keeping up with it?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, we got a show all about music.
Who with it now?
So join me, Jonah Ray.
Shut up, dummy.
And me, Cash Hartzell. And weekly feature, Neil Mahoney.
Nailed it.
As we discuss the current events in the world of music with our guests.
Get off the cross, dude.
And play some minute music from listeners.
I was expecting a bigger reaction.
Things can get pretty heated,
First of all, fuck you.
but we always guarantee sound drops. Boy, you wiping your ass with your socks. So check us out wherever you listen to podcasts.
Motherfucker, Google it, dog.
And if you want your music featured on this show, email us at jonahradio, RAYDIO, @gmail.com.
Scarpins Avenue.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Vendors, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population Tomlinson. Oh, Jay, you sound great.
I'm dying over here.
Why are you dying? Jesus. Taylor Tomlinson is our guest.
What is happening to me?
Jay, great intro. I'm sure she really appreciated that.
I loved it. That was
There was
awesome.
so much energy that I wanted to cry.
Oh my gosh,
Jay
that
was
was
like on the
amazing.
verge of
Better
tears.
now.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. My favorite intro is one that feels like it's not about me at all. It's
Yeah.
just
About not my voice
it's
and what was
yes,
happening
it's
to
like
me.
Have you
an
ever gotten that on
audition
stage?
for
Yeah.
an animation.
Yes,
That's what it is.
I'm
Can
auditioning.
you just do a voice memo to play
Yeah.
this witch?
Yeah.
Tomlinson.
Yeah, she's going to use that now for
let her
all
use-
of her animation
Intros.
auditions.
Yeah. How do you want me to bring you up? Can you just say my last name like
As
you're
you're dying?
haunted? Yeah.
Like your voice is haunted.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan. Dan Van Kirk is here. We're all friends. We are all admirers of your comedy and
nice.
proud of you and psyched for you that you're on a new network show.
Oh, thank you.
That we'll talk about later. We won't get into it now.
We'll get into that later. But
Boom.
first, we have dumbness to get to. The world is getting dumber. I don't know if you believe that or not. Or do you believe the world's getting dumber?
I don't know. It feels like we should be getting smarter because we have the internet, and it feels like it's
But
just
why
that's
aren't
not,
we?
Because we're using the internet incorrectly.
Thank
There
you.
it is.
That's what it is.
So the internet to me, and this is just hearing you say that actually sparks this. Everybody who does like a serious amount of drugs is like, you're only using 10% of your brain. So like, is the internet like our brain? It's become our
Yes.
brain and we're only using the 10% that we jerk off with. Is that what's happening?
I think that's so accurate.
Okay.
You should write it down.
Thank you.
That's
Can we
I
put that
mean,
in our comedy? But the yeah, stop it, Jason. You're still haunted. All right. And you called her Tyler.
Steven Tyler Tomlinson.
No. That's not what it is. So the idea is we need to get into the other 90% of it.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things we try and do on this show is try to understand dumb behavior, and Dan gets
Or take it down a notch.
and defeat it with comedy. There's our sword,
Yeah.
comedy.
So you guys are just running around the internet putting out fires, basically.
Trying
Essentially.
to.
Or throwing
Darting
gasoline.
new
throwing
Throw some comedy gasoline on it. Fire up.
But
So-
hopefully people listen to this and they hear what someone did that's stupid, and instead of feeling like your attention is validating that, they feel like, oh, I better watch myself.
I think people
That'd be
feel
nice.
two things. So here are the intended hope that, and you out there listening, you will interact with this however you interact with our show. But my hope is that they feel better about themselves for whatever dumb thing they've done in their lives. They're
that's
like, well, at
nice.
least I'm not. This.
At least my head's not stuck in a tailpipe at a country music festival.
Exactly, and maybe it is, and maybe
A
that's how
story
you're
we
listening.
covered on the show.
Yeah.
Or they are laughing at just the ridiculousness, and they're like, I need to do one smart thing today to counterbalance all the stupidity that's happening.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe we can inspire people. All right, Dan, do we have a story? Let's
We
jump
do.
in. Okay,
Ready? This was
We've
sent in
got
by-
Tyler Tomlinson.
Stop it.
Steven Tyler Tomlinson's
Steven
here.
Tyler Tomlinson.
Stop it. This was sent in by Joe Luttrell at The Gentleman Joe.
This dude sends so
One of
many great
lunts
stories
of
in.
the
I think
local
he
town.
sits by. I think he scans the internet nightly, like it's a police scanner, and he looks for stuff. And like
He's crushing it.
he's getting so much stuff on this
He
show.
also tells people when they've sent me fake stories, so I don't have to. He's like,
Yes,
that's
Whoa.
actually not real. And I'm like, thanks, Joe.
Fake. He is so good.
So, Taylor, what happens is people find the stories, and the best way to do it is just to at Daniel Van Kirk and hashtag Dumb People Town. And it provides a timeline so you can see who sent it in first, and then we can give the credit.
Yes.
That is the way to do it. This guy has
try
sent
my
in
best.
so many great ones.
and he gets
so.
it in first a lot.
Yeah.
This takes place in Cocoa, Florida. And I really wish.
Yep.
Not a great start.
No.
Am I
we know
wrong?
where we're starting.
Am I wrong in assuming that we are by now every state has a 2-letter abbreviation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, the amount of time this
FLA.
is FLA period.
That's not it. Like Florida's even doing that wrong.
But we were talking.
So many times I see this. I think that like journalism takes certain liberties with how they want to abbreviate
Wait,
states.
Can we blame Lou Reed?
We can, but I love
Miami, FLA.
Coco, Florida, because how much better of
Sounds
a
like a
movie?
pro wrestler.
No, yes, Coco Beware. How much of a better of a movie would Coco, the Disney Pixar movie, be if it was Coco, Florida?
They all stay dead, that's for sure.
Yeah,
They're all dead inside.
So he learns
Yeah.
to smoke meth in the land of the dead,
Yeah, that's right.
and
Yeah.
then
Would
he
have been
comes back.
mean spirits.
Yeah, yep.
And it's not the land of the dead. It's just like a trailer park.
Right.
Yeah.
And the shrines to the people you've lost would just be things you won at a carnival.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Yeah.
Remember we.
Everyone in the Disney
you
movie
don't
was
have
too
to smoke
talented.
so much.
Way too
Remember we.
Even that version almost made me cry.
Yeah, Jay, God, man. Jay started to disappear. And I actually think something.
My hands are turning into skeletons.
The Cocoa
think-
Florida version, none of the dads come back.
Or it's just a town full of dads who did leave.
Yeah, exactly.
This is where all the dads.
Cocoa Beach sounds like a resort that men who abandon their families go to
It's
to relax.
It's deadbeat dad heaven.
Oh my God. It's just like pool tables out on the beach.
yeah.
Where sometimes the support comes from the child.
When they say child support, they mean a child supporting their
you.
deadbeat dad.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get checks from him every week.
Cocoa, Florida. A stolen black Cadillac crashed into a Cocoa home overnight while being chased by another stolen car, which sped off.
Okay, so this is the worst written sentence ever because it seems like the house is being chased in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's exactly.
But the car was being
being
chased
chased.
by another stolen car. So now
That's what happens in Florida.
I feel like we're losing the filter that allows people to we're losing the ability. Everyone thinks they're like in a Starsky and Hutch movie. Like, you stole that car, I'm going to now chase after you, but like I'm in the movies or a police officer. I have the jurisdiction to do this.
Or then he crashed in the house and the person's like, did my job, and then it's going to drive that car back to wherever they need to be.
It's funny that it's written like that because the whole story kind of sounds like a run-on sentence.
Yes, it is.
You know.
The story is a run-on.
I'm chasing that sentence into a house.
At about 1:41 a.m.
Approximately.
At approximately 1:41
Can you be a little more exact?
a.m., the Cocoa Police Department got a call about the Cadillac, which was crashed into the garage. I mean,
Hey,
that's
man,
where you want the car.
open the door.
Of a house on the 1100 block of Greenwood Way. Several parked vehicles also were hit along.
Everyone got touched by this one.
The street name just seems problem. Japonica?
Japanica.
I don't know. Japonica Lane, according to a police spokeswoman, Yvonne Martinez, in a statement, quote, a car is chasing someone. This is for the 911 call. A car is chasing someone. A black Cadillac. It just went through a house. And I hope that person just hung up. No address.
My Taco Bell's getting cold.
Right.
Do it.
Two people in the Cadillac, which was stolen out of West Palm Beach, ran off after the crash, police said. Edward Brown, who lives in the house, was asleep with the television on. Why that's relevant. Tell people how I sleep. You get it right. I don't have a sound machine. There's no box fan. I do like a box fan, but it's not the noise that gets me to sleep.
Asleep with...
I'm not telling him.
No, like
His wife is like, I'm not telling him.
Tell him. Tell him. No.
No.
I won't tell him.
Tell him.
Tell him
You
how
can
I
tell him
sleep.
sleeping.
You tell him how I was
I
sleeping.
put on MASH, reruns of MASH.
She's like, fold your arms. Like, I won't
No,
tell him.
You wait.
tell
You wait
I
till we
won't
get to
tell
the
him.
wife, Jace.
I won't tell
You wait
him.
till we get to the wife
I
in this
will
story.
not tell him how you go to sleep.
Fell asleep with the TV on. Feels like the reporter's reprimanding him.
Or is that why he's saying he didn't know what
yeah,
happened?
it sounds like a toxic masculinity thing where he's like, look, I would have gone and got him, but I thought
TV
it was
was
the
so
TV.
loud.
I had Avengers on, and I
did-
thought the crash was aliens.
I didn't know if that was on Columbo
Yeah.
or in my house.
A lot of stuff happened.
I had Civil War on.
They're sure are lucky my TV was on, or I'd have taken care of that shit
Yep.
right away.
You like Night Court? I love Night Court. Two people in the Cadillac, which was stolen, ran off. Edward Brown, who lives in the house, was asleep with the television on when the stolen black Cadillac crashed into his home. Quote, all I know is they came running through the yard, and next thing they know, they went into the garage, Brown said.
Next thing they know.
Quote,
He was asleep.
let's not forget what time it is.
Yeah.
It's approximately 1:41 a.m.
Good. Wait for this next quote then. Quote, my wife was in the garage. She got pinned in there, but got out with any scratches. What is she doing in the garage?
At
Can't
one
she-
point, and wait, and she got
At
out
about 1:41.
She got out with any scratches?
Without any scratches.
Without any
Couldn't
scratches.
she turn the TV off? Like, what are they doing?
Well, he's just gonna watch the TV.
Here's a picture. I think she's
Like,
You got pinned in there,
I think
but
she
you're
sleeps
totally fine?
in the garage.
I think she goes in the garage just to yell, just to get it out.
Screaming into a pillow.
Yes, just
Into
get it
a
out.
towel.
Yeah, just get it
Into
out.
a washcloth.
That's why he's got to turn the TV on to sleep to drown out
screaming
her
again. Her
dissatisfaction.
Her muffled screams.
I'm gonna turn up Murder She Wrote and go right to sleep.
Why is she in the garage at approximately 1:41?
Can I say? I know we're
a.m.?
saying like all these like old shows like Murder She Wrote and Matlock.
Yeah,
I
can
was,
someone say Riverdale or something so
Right,
I feel
right.
comfortable?
Yeah.
Sweet Valley High, anyone?
So no. So I was at home in St. Louis, and my kids were watching with my mom. They were watching Matlock, and I watched the episode of Matlock because I'm like, I've never seen Matlock. I've not
What?
sat down and watched it. I just haven't watched it.
Very little.
And he wears the exact same blue suit to court,
Mm-hmm.
not just every time he's in court. And I can understand if that's your lucky suit, but if he's in court multiple days, he wears the exact same suit. That to me was very problematic.
He had like an Ernest.
I was like,
Ernest
you
goes to
can't wear
court
the
thing?
same suit on Monday that you're wearing on Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's a
Matlock
power
can do
outfit.
whatever.
It's a
Yeah.
power outage.
Yeah.
Look, I like to watch That's So Raven before I go to sleep.
Now put it on.
That
Never
make me a bad
repeats an
guy.
outfit on
Never.
that show.
You
Yeah.
ever see Raven do
Like
that?
Whitney in Fresh Prince.
You know what's not so Raven? Getting pinned in the garage by
Honey,
a
is
car.
that you or the TV? Shelby Lakes lives less than 100 yards from the crash.
Shelby Lakes is a person
Yes,
or a
it took me a
subdivision?
very long time to figure out if they were saying how far away the
Where-
next town was.
Where do you live? I live in Shelby Lakes.
Shelby
No.
Lakes is a subdivision that has no lake in it.
At all. At all.
And it's nowhere near a lake.
Oh,
Shelby Lakes is where you used to go up in Wisconsin with your family in the summers, right?
There is a Lake Shelby in central Illinois. Shelby Lakes lives less than 100 yards from the. You know, she's always first and last name, too. I'm Shelby Lakes.
Well, nice to meet you, Shelby. It's
Shelby
Shelby
Lakes.
Lakes.
does
With
she
a-
live in a home 100 yards away?
Or
You
a
think they
garage.
just say we're neighbors,
She
but
lives
like
less than
lives
100
less than 100 miles away because that's where the tent's pitched.
It was her. It was her. I'm not giving you my address. Let's just put it at 100 yards.
I'm within 100.
Can we say you live in the neighborhood? I said 100 yards.
And by the way, she didn't say 100. She said 100.
100 yards.
She switched the E and the R.
ERD.
100. I'm 100 yards away.
She thinks the teens were racing the vehicles, which she says is a near nightly routine.
Oh my
Quote,
God.
we
Bad.
do see them go up and down quite often. It's all night, and it almost happens every night. As police investigated
Or
the
my name isn't Shelby Lakes.
as police investigated the stolen car, that would be the Cadillac
The
in the
first
garage.
one.
Yeah.
They found information about the other car, which was an Orange County Sheriff's patrol vehicle. So the other car that was stolen is a cop car. These cops didn't even know
That the other
that the
car
other
was a
car
cop
was
car.
one of their cars.
So these guys
Jeez.
staged a police chase for fun.
Maybe.
Wow.
Ooh, that's more fun than I was even
you
doing.
got to keep it sexy in the bedroom.
Hey, listen.
You guys.
Mix it up.
Whatever
Or
you
in the
gotta
garage.
do. Or in the garage.
She likes getting pinned down. Well,
Just don't scratch her. No scratches.
Her safe word.
Go for it.
It's
Come on.
Matlock.
There it is. An Orange County Sheriff's Patrol.
We did a
vehicle.
joke together. We were like the new
We did.
Sklar brothers
Wasn't that
in a minute.
Is that what that feels like?
Yeah.
That felt great.
Yeah,
You guys are
good.
doing it
I
right.
set you up
Thank
and you
you.
killed it.
An Orange County Sheriff's Patrol vehicle is what they discovered the other car was. A marked white SUV with lights activated. It appeared to have been in pursuit of the Cadillac at the time of the crash. What if someone was pretending to be a cop and then took this role play to like the farthest? Did
So
they
made a
see
couple
someone,
arrests.
Were they stealing a cop car, then saw someone else steal a car, and they were overcome with duty?
My guess is
they
saw
know
us.
each other.
They know each other. They stole the Cadillac.
they stole the cop car. They're like, let's just go. Let's just chase each other through this.
this will be
neighborhood.
fun.
Oh, because nobody will chase us
because
we
are a cop
look
car.
like
That's
We're
a
in a
good
chase.
we're already in a thing.
This guys, but I like
Yeah.
Dan's idea of them going so deep undercover that they can't come back.
They all of a sudden are like, they're like burdened with this like duty to serve and protect.
So they're going deep undercover as regular clothed police officers.
Yes.
So their undercover is to be a regular police.
One of the sergeants actually witnessed this vehicle attempting to pull over a black Nissan on Fisk Boulevard. So before the cop chase, they were trying to pull over a different car.
Oh.
The SUV was later found abandoned behind a Save-A-Lot Plaza on Dixon Boulevard. The Orange County Sheriff's Office.
I believe there are probably a lot of Save-A-Lot plazas around where
Yeah.
these people are.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office was contacted, and it confirmed that a patrol vehicle was stolen from Rockledge. No weapons were inside the Orange County sheriff's vehicle, or any credentials. I hope not.
No.
Sheriff's Office wouldn't comment on the investigation, only saying that their vehicle was taken sometime before 2:30 a.m. No shit if it's chasing this black Cadillac at 1:41.
Yeah.
It must have been stolen sometime before 1:43. Is what we're guessing.
And
That's the
just
ballpark.
an approximate. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Orange Sheriff's deputies are working with Rockledge Police to investigate the theft of the SUV. Martinez, I don't know who that is. We've never been introduced to this person.
No first name. Just
And by the way, in
Unless I
Florida, that's
accidentally
like
skipped
a
something.
million people in Florida.
Martinez originally said one person was detained in the Thursday morning crime. She later said that the person was let go. That's that catch and
Does
release
she work
Florida
for the
policy.
cops?
It sounds
We
like
don't
she's
know.
another person pretending to be a
Right,
cop
what if
Right.
she's
that like doesn't want to be like. She's like, I'm not going to explicitly lie and say I'm Officer Martinez.
Right.
but
just Martinez?
Gloria, you have an officer's name. Just tell them stuff.
I don't want to say these cops are bad because I'm sure in Florida they are overwhelmed.
Oh my
But
God,
if you're
these
keeping
poor
track,
people.
they don't know where their cop cars are. They had somebody, and then the only thing they'll tell you is, "We let that
let
person
them go. We let them go.
Now police are looking for at least 3 people. They could face charges of hit and run with property damage
Hang
and
on a second.
impersonating a police officer.
I love that they're like at least 3 people. Like that's the one
Yeah.
thing you should get exact. How many people you're
Well, they
looking
don't know
for?
how many people ran out of that
We
other
got 2
car.
cars, so I know we have 2 drivers. Let's throw a third in there for good measure.
At least 3 people.
And also, they could be charged with that.
That's the
They
thing.
could be charged with impersonating a police
I think
officer. Like,
they're-
look, you know,
They're
maybe they
finally
didn't know.
realizing their own limits. Look, guys, we don't know how this is going to end up.
Look, I don't presume to do what the
Tomorrow, we could all be distracted by some cotton
Let me
candy
rephrase
case.
that. They should be charged.
Right.
or
But
they
we don't
will be charged. Is
Well,
what
we'll
they
get out
should
of here on this. We're working together as law enforcement. We'll find out who did this, Martinez said. They won't get away with it for long. I'll tell you that. We have deployed every resource. Don't say that either.
No,
Jesus.
this is clearly
Your
not.
resources are
See, I
very
agree with,
thin right now.
I agree with Taylor. This person
Martinez is not a cop.
She's impersonating
Yeah.
a person giving a soundbite.
Yeah. The
That's
whole
it.
thing's a sham.
Yes,
This
exactly.
is like a Truman Show of cops. The
Yes.
whole thing is
all
from
these
top to
people.
bottom.
So all these people get together afterwards, and they're all like at a local bar, and they're like, "We did it. We staged it from beginning to end. We tried to pull over that Nissan. We then did the place check, drove in that guy's garage. Martinez gave the quote.
I don't
We're
even
done.
think her name is Shelby Lakes.
No.
Oh, definitely not.
That cannot be
Guys,
someone's
welcome
name.
up to the main stage. Coming out at you, we got Shelby,
Shelby
Lakes.
Lakes.
Coming up after her, it's going to be Cheyenne, then Desiree. Desiree's got that limp, so make sure you take care of her.
Gentlemen, it's about to get wet up on stage. Shelby Lakes.
2 for 1 Jaeger shots for the next 15 minutes, guys.
Shelby Lakes. All right, there
That's
you go.
story one.
Story number one. Taylor Tomlinson is with us. We will get into it with her on the other side of this break. We got two more stories. It's Dumb People Town. Stay with us.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, Randy Sklar here of Dumb People Town. Question for you. Does your furniture bring you joy? I know my wife is an interior designer and she loves to make sure that the furniture she chooses brings her clients joy. Or are you missing a couch or chair that says, this is my home? We all want that haven, a place that feels uniquely you. And our good friends at Joybird empowers you to create the furniture and space that brings you joy. We want you to turn your ideas into reality with hundreds of styles and options. With Joybird, you get one-of-a-kind furniture crafted to your unique taste. You want a sofa in aquatic blue or indigo, love seat in the hottest red or an inviting coral, or even a bubblegum pink. And my wife says this all the time. Sometimes that pop of color just makes a whole room come to life. Joybird offers a range of kid and pet-friendly upholstery. We have pets. We have an English bulldog who slobbers all over the place. That's super important. Each Joybird piece made by hand with care and precision using high quality hardwood and responsibly sourced materials, so you can feel good about that. Limited lifetime warranty included. Beautiful selection of color. They have for outdoor sofas, lounge chairs, tables, more, which is always really hard to find that great outdoor stuff. 365-day home trial. Skip the furniture store and bring the showroom home. Sit on it, sleep on it, break it in. If you don't love your Joybird furniture, you can return it for a full refund, hassle-free, in-home delivery. They'll even remove all the packing materials, which for me is a huge headache. So see how Joybird can help you design your dream space. This is a brilliant, brilliant company. Find your joy today at joybird.com/DPT. Create furniture that brings you joy today at joybird.com/DPT. Again, go to joybird.com/DPT and receive an exclusive offer for 25% off your first order by using the code DPT. All right, new season, Antonio Brown on the Raiders. He just floated into your DMs in a hot air balloon. He can't get his helmet right. What the heck's going on?
Le'Veon Bell with the Jets, Odell Beckham in Cleveland, Andrew Luck not.
Here's the one thing that hasn't changed. Where I'm putting money down on games.
Yep.
MyBookie is the place to bet on football every weekend. MyBookie has better bonuses and more prop bets. The prop bets are so much fun.
They are fun
than any other sportsbook. Period. This year they are hosting the first online handicapping super contest. First place is guaranteed to win at least $100,000. It only costs $100.
You can't play. It is almost impossible to find that level of return on a bet in Vegas.
All you got to do is pick 5 NFL games against the spread every week to climb the leaderboard and score your share of a huge cash prize pool. You can do this, guys. I would only recommend this service to our listeners if it's been a service that has been good to me, and that is why MyBookie, always the right play. I've done this. It is so much fun.
You bet, you win, they pay. It's that simple.
MyBookie has live in-game betting on every game. They've got the most rewarding...
The prop bets are the best.
The most rewarding player perks in the business, and for you fantasy guys out there and gals, you can even bet the over-under on how many fantasy points a player will score each game. How cool is that?
I love it.
So what they've done is they've figured out what...
So if you're pessimistic about your fantasy, put some money on the don't pass bar.
On the
bet
under.
that your guy's going to do bad.
So up to $1,000 first deposit bonus, double your first deposit. Use the promo code DUMBPeople to activate the offer. Visit MyBookie online today. That's MyBookie. And don't forget to use the promo code DUMBPeople when creating your account to claim the bonus. You get a bonus. How about it? Bet, win, get paid.
MyBookie.com. All right, guys, welcome back to the show. To let people know how to see Taylor Tomlinson live, because she does go out on the road and do a lot of shows. Go to
T-Tom Comedy.
Yes, TTomComedy.com.
TTomComedy.com, or follow her on Twitter. You are at
Taylor Tomlinson on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah.
Just do that. She's a great follow. She's very funny.
And a great comic. If she's coming to a place near you, you definitely want to go.
That shit.
A great, I wouldn't even say, so you have been doing it for a handful of years, but a great new voice in the world of comedy. So it's just, and I'm so happy that we have gotten connected with you.
And you have your own podcast that people should check out.
I do, yeah. I have a podcast with Kelsey Cook and Delaney Fisher called Self-Helpless, where we review self-help and self-improvement topics. I love self-help because it's so vague.
You guys are not qualified to
We're
do
not
that
qualified
in any way,
at all.
shape, or form.
We are
None of you are
comedians and
PhDs.
creators. Nope, not at all. And it's just like... it's like going to brunch with one of your best friends who read The Secret, who will be like, well, I did think this was good, but like, this is bullshit though. Like, it's
Are you
very
surprised how some things, like, because I feel like self-help are
Ever been
almost
to a
like
psychic?
No, but I want to. I want to go to a psychic. I'm scared though because I grew up so religious.
Tarot card reader? Never?
No, I haven't done that
What
yet.
are you
either.
scared of?
Well, when you're growing up religious,
Where were you?
I was in Temecula.
Okay.
And then Northern California for
Wine
a little bit.
country.
Yeah, wine country.
Mhm.
But when you're growing up religious, you can't watch horror movies because your parents won't be like, that isn't real. They'll be like, that's Satan.
Yes.
And
He's
it's
out
very
there.
real. And if you invite him in by
This is
going to this movie, he's now in you.
Oh,
That's
God.
what happens when you kiss another girl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
too. Yeah,
Right there.
yeah.
That's what
Satan,
happens.
Satan lives on the lips of Olivia in period 5. So it's really it's like it takes on a different level of panic and fear in my brain to
So
watch
if you
horror
go,
things.
so if you go to a psychic, you feel like that whole
You're opening
I
up
feel like
something's
I'm
gonna blow
opening-
wide
yeah.
open the universe, and like
A
a
little bit.
poltergeist is gonna come out.
I know it's not gonna happen,
But it would be
there's
great.
a little bit where you're like,
old
even
you.
if I have like a truly divine experience or something convinces me, then like I'm just gonna go, well, that was just Satan pretending to be my mom.
10-year-old
go.
Taylor.
You know?
10-year-old Taylor
It's in
comes
there.
back.
Yeah.
She's in you at all times.
She is in me all the time.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. Well. Let's.
Maybe she'll have a comment on this next story.
Yeah,
Dan, what do you
let's
got
jump
for
right
You
us?
in.
ready?
Yes.
Story number 2, sent in by Josh. I do it every time. Mout.
Mout.
Mouat.
You got him out.
J Mout. I don't know. A Taiwanese man was stunned.
Dan, this is all you're going to say right now. Is a snake going to come up through a toilet and bite him in the anus?
Or is he gonna have like 12,000 bugs in his left eye?
Nope.
You say a Taiwanese man, and that's the first thing I
It
think
is
of.
always gross.
It is always like he went
This
to
is kinda
Taiwanese man
gross.
stuck a cobra up his asshole. Like, that's what it
This
always
is kind
is.
of gross. It's definitely unfortunate.
he went to the doctor to discover that he was fucking a goat.
A Taiwanese
How did
man
How do you need a doctor to discover
was
that?
stunned to find out that his Apple AirPods still worked after he swallowed the device and was forced to dig it out of a toilet.
Nope.
It's gone.
So
Wait. My question is, was it the headphones or was it the full box?
The headphone.
Oh, just
The
the headphones?
single
Oh,
not
okay.
the case that they come
Yeah,
in.
no, the
Yeah.
full box.
The
All right,
charging case?
So my son bought AirPods with his own money, and I was so
Wow,
proud of him
that's
for
a lot of
he really
allowance
wanted
right there.
And in like a week, one of
lost
the
them.
AirPods doesn't work.
Shut up.
Doesn't
Really?
work, or a month. Now I got to take them in and deal with it like this week.
Well,
but I'm
you're
like,
in that 1 year
why
warranty.
can't he be a Taiwanese man
Yeah.
and
Has he
swallow
tried
that shit?
shitting it out?
Yeah,
That might
I'm like,
bring it back
maybe you
online.
need to do that, bro.
Mhm. Reboot it.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Ben Su, I think is how you say it, fell asleep with the pair of wireless headphones still in his ears, but woke up unable to find one of them.
This is like when you are playing golf and you hit a hole in one, and you don't.
Where's my
or
ball?
you hit it from far out. You're like, "Where's my ball?" No one ever
Assumes.
says, "Go check the hole."
Right.
You know, like, and he needed to check the hole.
Yes.
So wait,
okay.
he fell asleep.
So he was
Mhm.
probably
he,
laying down, and he rolled.
Is he
this way-
Taiwanese Berbiglia? Does he like sleep eat?
I don't know.
Yeah. I sleep in my AirPods every night, so this
Do
is
you
terrifying.
seriously?
Yeah, I seriously do. And usually one
Why?
will fall out because I have trouble sleeping. I have very intense nightmares, and so I need to listen to something calm and soothing.
Well, so
Wait,
no,
Taylor.
I go to
No,
sleep
no.
to. I like go to
Sound
sleep
machine.
to a podcast.
I go to
Me
sleep-
too.
I'll
The
double
headphones
up.
are in on-
I'll double up with
Can
a
you-
white noise and a podcast.
Can't you just put your like phone like near you or near your ears and just
No,
play
she
that?
No,
can't.
because it'll give me cancer or something.
You know
Wait.
what I do? Under the pillow. You can hear it through when
That'll-
you're laying on the side.
I still
Cancer
think
through the pillow?
How
What
about
do
on
you
a
think? You're
nightstand?
putting
You
these
don't have a
little
nightstand?
magnetic electronic devices in your
you're
head.
probably right.
So,
Actually,
Taylor,
that's a great point.
Lay it on the
So
nightstand.
here's
just
what I've
listen.
understand about Taylor now. She does not sleep on any side. You only sleep on your back.
No,
right?
I do sleep on side. One of them will usually fall out.
Oh.
But
Yeah,
then I gotta go find it. But I've never had to look inward.
I was gonna say,
You know
it
what?
fell out into the mouth of a Taiwanese man
For a lot of
sleeping
things
next
in
to
your
you.
life.
You've
Look
never
inward.
had to look inward. Taylor Tomlinson, a life unexamined.
Oh, now I'm so scared.
Wait, are
Okay.
you going to
Taylor
sleep to
Thompson
white
looked-
noise or a podcast?
Well, I need at least white noise. I need a fan on.
You are a
And
box
then-
fan. You're like the lady in the garage.
I am like the lady in the garage, and then I need a car to pin me down, and I need to know that my husband doesn't care where I am, and
right,
then
good.
I can kind of drift off.
Yeah,
for a
Wait, so
exactly.
you
bit.
go white noise and podcast?
Yeah, it depends. I have a fan on, and then I'll do a podcast, but one that's like boring, like
Ooh,
just
yeah.
like
I
whatever
listen
it
to
is.
the Nick DiGilio. It's like WGN overnight radio show out of Chicago.
Wait, no,
and they're
they-
just talking about
Yeah.
mundane, like like
So there's
everyday
a guy-
things, and it's
I
perfect. It's
I
like
saw
listen
this
to
special-
recruiting. I listen to like Michigan football recruiting.
Okay,
See?
all right.
Yeah,
That's really perfect.
But
Boring.
listen, there is actually, I saw a whole special done on this. There's a guy who does a sleep podcast,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
like an
yeah.
overnight sleep podcast, and it's like so popular.
Mhm.
I wish
Yeah.
this podcast was as popular as the people who were like, I need something boring
There's
enough.
people who go to sleep to us, guaranteed.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
This would be hard to go to sleep to though, because there's a lot of different voices and everybody's laughing and
Lot of comedy.
delivering, a lot of comedy.
Lot of
You can't be
deliver.
too interested in
That's
what
right.
you're
That's
listening
true as
to.
well.
That's it.
Otherwise, it'll keep you up.
Make it more
That is
boring.
100% it.
Yeah,
Let's make-
even
let's
if
go-
they're let's all just get
Grab
real
that sleep.
quiet.
Let's go down.
So
believe you're
Taiwanese guy, AirPods in, and it just, I guess
she's doing that.
he
No,
rolled.
I'm not anymore.
He rolled over and it just fell into his mouth.
Mouth?
And then he rolled back and it went down his
Well, I'm going to
throat.
go back to the chords. I'm
Yeah.
going to go back to old
'Cause
school.
You can fish it out.
like scarves at a birthday party.
A magician pulling him out.
So he
Was
fell
this
asleep.
your card?
He woke up and was able to find one of his AirPods. Using an iPhone tracking feature, he discovered the device was still in his room and heard its beeping sound following him around.
Oh my
so
God.
imagine you're like, I keep hearing it.
The
And
AirPod, the beeping is coming
Oh
from
my
inside
God.
the body.
He said, I checked under my blanket and I looked around but couldn't find it. Then I realized the sound was coming from my stomach.
Inside the body.
Oh, he's like the guy in the Dark Knight who's like, there's Christmas in my stomach.
Also,
One
this-
half of it.
I have Generation 1 AirPods, so I'm assuming this is Generation 2. I didn't know that you could do Find My AirPods because I use
didn't
my
either.
watch for my phone. That's like one of my favorite
Oh,
things
yeah.
when you can ping your phone and
Yeah.
find out where it is.
Well,
but I
it's-
didn't know you could ping your individual
So this guy didn't
AirPods.
have
I didn't
the
either.
Simone Biles like beats by
No,
that goes around the
just-
ear.
Yeah, it's straight up Apple
Drop
AirPods.
in. They're just pods. God.
Oh, man.
The Navy recruiter from Taiwan's southwestern port city said he did not feel any discomfort, but he went to the municipal United Hospital, where medics confirmed he had swallowed the AirPod.
God.
Now, there's an X-ray here. I can't really see it, but I guess that it's supposedly.
Oh, it's
this.
right there. Yeah, I see
Let me
it.
see
I
it.
see
Oh,
it. There's the
okay.
earpiece.
Yeah.
There's the
Can't
earpiece.
see it. Let
Oh.
me see.
Yeah, there's the earpiece right there. It's the arrow.
Oh,
too.
yeah, I see that now.
We'll put this up on the Facebook page. By the
We
way,
will.
if you're not following us and liking the Facebook page and you listen to this podcast, what are you doing? It takes
Yeah.
1 second.
And I'm going to say this. If you're not a member of our Patreon, get on board
Oh,
with
you're
that. We
missing out
do
on some
extra
stuff.
great
episodes.
extra content and
Yeah,
stuff. What are you
yeah.
doing,
Follow
guys?
us for
Patreon.
stories, things like that. I'll also say
Patreon.com
at-
slash
DPT.
Yeah, and
slash
at
Dumb
Dumb
People
People Town on Instagram, you can also see. But if you want to get into it with us and mix it up, you should be on the Facebook page. All right, here we go. They said it was currently passing through his digestive system, saying it would need surgery to remove it if it did not appear naturally.
By the way, currently passing through could describe like most drifters in Oklahoma.
Most.
currently drifting through OKC.
Doctors gave him a laxative and told him to inspect his waist for any sign of the device. Fortunately,
Inspect his waist.
they're saying get into your
Oh,
own
not his
shit.
waist. His waist. I thought it was Taylor. Didn't you think it was his
Well,
waist?
I'm
No, you were
34
alone on that one.
God damn it.
I'm 33, waist
I've always
31
been a
length.
33,
That's all that's what I am.
34,
I don't understand
30.
what this has to do with my weight. Fortunately,
Inspect your waist.
the AirPod resurfaced when he relieved himself at a railway station the next day.
No.
I love it. This didn't stop him.
No.
He's like, I have things to
Also,
do. I have
Do
plans.
not take a dump at a railway station.
One
what? I
pot
would-
over the line, sweet Jesus. One
I just,
pot over
if
the
I
line.
swallowed a device and I had taken laxative, like
You'll
that's
only
a, that's
go
a
in your
snow
own bathroom.
day.
Right. That
yeah,
is-
we're
Yo,
staying
I'm not
home.
getting on the train.
Yeah.
Relieving myself in a railway station, one pot over the line.
What are you gonna do today? Well, I'm waiting for this thing to come out my ass. But if you want to go into town, I'm in.
But I'm pretty open.
Yeah. I'm hoping I'm open enough. He was forced. Okay, so that's the part that we're having.
It's got to come out the
Guys.
right way.
You don't want it to come out breech. As they
Exactly.
say.
You do
Well,
not
what
want
we
to-
need to think about, and we're already kind of touching on this, is where do you want to be when it comes out?
Right.
Because now he's going to be searching through shit in a railway station toilet.
Oh my!
Not your own. At least at your home, you could have laid down some paper.
But
yeah.
there's a moment too where like, do you ever put that in your ear again and feel good about yourself?
Apparently,
He
right?
was- well,
Well, you
Well,
can't
sorry,
wash
let's
it.
not-
You can't wash it.
fortunately, The AirPod resurfaced when he released himself at the railway station. He was forced into a foul-smelling search, but was able to pick out the device and found that it was still intact. I don't think your ass is going to break it in half.
And by the way, at that moment, you're like, I don't have AirPods. I do not have AirPods anymore. I know that's terrible. I'm going to work. I'm going to work hard enough to make enough money to buy another.
But I'm listening to your shit and hearing the Joe Rogan experience. Experience?
Yeah. I was listening, I don't remember where I was reading this. Somebody was talking about stuff like things that mortified you, and somebody was like, they had dropped an AirPod on a plane, and the person in the seat behind them
heard their
picked it up with their bare foot and then gave it to him, and the person was like, I've never been able to use it again.
Oh, God.
And you just look down under your seat and you just watch a toe clinked around.
Like you're an eagle?
Yes.
Like in a talon?
Yes.
Oh, my God. That is gross.
After washing the AirPod.
Also, don't be barefoot on a plane. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
too.
no, never.
What kind of gross liberties are you taking on this? Keep your clothes on.
Mm-hmm.
Stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even care if you had flip-flops on when you walked on the plane.
This isn't
Flip-flops
the
are hard to
railway
keep on.
station, okay? This is Delta.
Which is the railway station of airlines.
After washing the AirPod and letting it dry, Mr. Sue was amazed to find out that it still worked. He went toilet, sink, ear.
Man named Sue.
This is not a real story. This is an ad for AirPods.
I mean, if ever.
This is...
I know. The battery was still at 41%. Quote.
What?
It was incredible, he said, calling his experience with the Apple product magical.
There's no way it was at 41%, because if it was encased in warm shit, then it thinks it's in your ear.
That's right.
Okay, have you ever picked it up with your fingers and it'll start playing and you go, no, you're not in my ear yet.
No.
Right.
Well, that's what I was saying. Jay was saying that like it came out listening
and it
to a
was listening
popular podcast.
like a Joe Rogan podcast.
I know they were listening
That's what
to
I mean. It's coming out of his shit, and it's like the best thing he's ever heard. But what I'm saying is, like, in that moment, he should thank his lucky stars.
Mm-hmm.
He should drive. He's in Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
Drive a few miles down the road
Mhm.
and thank the 3-year-old that put that together.
Yeah, exactly.
Aww.
You know what I'm saying?
Aw.
That physically
That's
builds
good.
Sweet.
the ear.
Sweet.
Dr. Chen Chang.
I call them ear pods. Is that wrong?
Earpods.
Dr.
is-
Chen
either
Che
way.
Fan, who works in the emergency room, explained, because of the plastic shell around the AirPod, the risk of it causing him harm in a similar way to swallowing a regular lithium-ion battery is much lower.
Yeah, it's got a coating and a casing.
Direct exposure to a battery could have caused serious rupture in his intestines, but obviously this
You just call it intestines?
Of course.
That
Okay.
was fancy.
Yeah, wow.
Well, I'm trying to keep us
Very
on
nice.
schedule here.
Oh, wow. Jesus. Hey,
so
just
if
get
it-
back to the story about the ear pod.
If it had been a battery, he would have been in trouble, but since it's encased, he's fine.
Is he fine?
So I'm going to ask you three, but we'll get out of this because I'm just curious. Would you go back to using that AirPod?
Never.
I would
No.
100%.
No.
I'd get over it.
I wouldn't have.
I
I
get
wouldn't
over
even
it.
know it worked because I wouldn't check.
Right.
Oh, come on.
I would put them
She
on-
flushes the toilet without even looking.
I
It's
wouldn't
gone.
even if I shat and I could see it, I'd be like, great, I know it's out of me, and I'd flush that.
Right. Good riddance.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
would-
gonna go getting it like. Oh,
I would
souvenir.
pick it up, wash it, put it on eBay. Take some of that money out of there and pay for a new set.
I would. I mean, I do a bit, guys. I normally I don't do bits, but
Dan, do the
this
bit.
really happened in my life. I got out of a car. This is gonna be on my next hour.
Mhm.
And as I get out of the car, I did that thing where the phone goes from your lap where you've forgotten it is onto the road.
Oh, God.
I'm getting out at La Brea and Sunset,
And it goes right
and I
into
get out, and it falls straight into the gutter. I'm on
No.
the passenger side,
Oh.
and there's like a small film of water there, right? And it hasn't rained since Barack was in office.
Yeah.
And I
Oh.
pick up the phone, and it lands screen down. The whole screen's covered in like smudge stuff.
Yeah.
And I just wipe it off on my pants, which would be bad enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think to myself,
It's fine.
did it get in the port? Did
Yeah.
it get into the
To the
charging
little thing where you-
headphone
yeah.
port? And this is my phone,
You blow it out.
right?
Put
You
your
licked
mouth
it
That
out.
would probably be better.
You licked
I
it.
held it up and I just went, and I sucked the gutter sludge out. I don't know if any was in there. I don't know if any came out,
Dan,
but I did
Dan,
not. I was
Dan.
nowhere near a
Dan,
bag of rice.
How
Dan, have-
fucking dare you judge this Taiwanese man?
Exactly.
Dan.
I told you I would use
Dan,
this
this
AirPod.
is the moment where we're like, he did not have a dad. Dan, your dad left when you were very young, and this is where, as your
Dan,
adult comedy dads, we're telling
Guys,
you,
I am nowhere near a bag of rice. I cannot afford to lose
You don't
this
like-
phone.
La Brea.
That's not gonna. What
Sure,
you,
it does. You just
For the
kind of
listener at home.
you go
like
near it, you
this, and
blow into it, and if it comes back in your face, that's bad.
if it goes back in your face, it's yours
you
forever.
turn on your air on your car on full blast, and you go
put
like
it in
that.
Yeah.
It wasn't my car. I was getting out of an Uber.
Dan.
I know, guys.
You find
I
a
did the math.
bathroom and a
Have you-
Starbucks. And
Have you been to a doctor since you sucked up?
every day since because I have this weird. No, I'm joking.
I have a boil on the back of my neck.
Dan.
Oh my God.
I had to
no,
get it out
I
of
think
there.
it's fine. Okay, my tongue does not taste
I
anymore.
had to
but
get it out of there.
Taylor knows.
Dan's
He
like
had to.
a
25-year-old doctor.
It's crazy. I now can see 3 minutes into the past. We all
But
can.
it's not my past. It's
Yeah,
someone
it's
else's.
Oh my God!
It's whoever peed in the gutter. I think that's who I'm connected
I
to
had to
now.
get it out of there.
Oh.
I had to. You guys,
Dan.
you had to.
Dan, you are the
I
equivalent.
like you're talking. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead,
this is-
Taylor.
I was gonna. You're talking about this like you were pinned under a rock in 127 hours.
or in your garage by a stolen Cadillac.
And I'd have done what I had to do in both of those scenarios.
I
too.
did what I had to do.
Yeah. I
You
think
want me on that wall.
by the way, I think what Taylor is specifically not.
Threw up.
She's saying like you're treating it like this was your
Only
last.
option.
This is it.
Yeah.
I thought I
Cut the
acted
red
fast.
cord. Cut
Yeah.
the green cord. No, Dan.
It's not the nuclear option here.
Hey, when the
I like that
apocalypse
you
comes,
worked fast.
You guys ride with me because I will make the decision.
Dan,
It might be
what
the
if
wrong
Dan
one.
now has superhuman strength?
This
What if
could
this
be
is
Dan's origin story.
is like
or what if Dan just got 5 new minutes?
your origin story is sucking out the like sludge juice to get comedy?
Dan
I'll do
into
it.
the Spider-Verse. Like you could have been one of the Spider-Men.
Dan, you turned La Brea gutter juice into comedy gold.
La Brea gutter
That's
juice.
your
That's
maybe
also
that's
my
your
stage. We got La Brea gutter
Brea
juice coming up
gutter
on the main
juice.
stage.
right after Shelby Lakes.
You're like gutter Rumpelstiltskin.
That's story
Gutter still
3.
skin. There you go. It says story
2
2.
and 3. I was part 3. We'll have
La
a
Brea
real one
gutter
coming
juice.
up in
Like
a
if you
second.
say it 3 times fast, Dan will appear.
Yeah, we'll appear if you say La Brea
That'd
gutter
be cool
juice.
too.
All right, this episode's
writing
called
tags
La
for
Brea,
it.
La Brea Gutter Juice. It's with us right now. All right, Taylor Tomlinson is with us. We have one more story. You don't want to go anywhere. I'm sure it's going to be silly. Can you give us just a little teaser, Dan?
Dumb guy needs help.
Okay, there you go. Dumb guy needs help. Last segment, Dumb People Town. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Guys, support for Dumb People Town comes from Manscaped.
Who is number 1 in men's below-the-belt grooming.
I love it. Manscaped offers precision engineered tools for your family jewels.
Folks,
That's what I'm talking about, man.
look, this is the summertime. They got a lawnmower 2.0.
You got to get in there and make things clean.
It'll turn you into the Property Brothers.
That's right.
Like magic. Look at that. I love it.
What is that called? Curb appeal.
Curb appeal.
You got to get that curb appeal working. You don't want to see
And
any.
you don't want to use the same trimmer on your beard as you do on your balls? Come on.
Come on, man. You don't want to see an
Man.
English garden down there. You want it kempt. Kemp it up.
Manscaped, they know how to do it. They give you the tools. They give you what you need.
Anti-chafing ball deodorant. Thank you very much. And moisturizer. You're welcome.
There you go.
You already put deodorant on your armpits. Why aren't you putting deodorant down there, for Christ's sake? Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code DPT at manscaped.com. You need this stuff, guys.
Always use the right tools for the job. Your balls will thank you.
20% off and free shipping with the code DPT at manscaped.com. One more time, 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code DPT.
Do it. Hey, guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town. We have Taylor Tomlinson here. Dan, any dates you want to talk about for you coming up?
Guys, I will be recording a show for my album on August 10th in Santa Cruz at a DNA. So come out to that show. You can go to Daniel Van Kirk.
Not far from the Bay Area. If
No.
you're a Bay Area
Come to
townie,
Santa
and we know
Cruz.
there are a
Let's
lot of
hang
Bay
out.
Area townies,
Go to
going
Santa
down
Cruz.
to Santa Cruz for the
Go to
night.
Saturday, 2 shows. Saturday, August 10th. And then on the 29th, I will be doing my hour here in Los Angeles at UCB Franklin. I believe that show is at like 8:30. Go to danielvankirk.com. Other than that, you know I'm on the road and doing shows, and we've got Brooklyn in October.
Brooklyn in
all that
October, and we're
stuff.
going to announce a guest soon. We're out. We're putting out to a couple big names for live Dumb People Town. If we fill the first show up, we'll do a second show. Randy and I have a massive show that we want to promote. Just by massive, I mean the venue is massive, and we'd love to not show up and have 60 people there.
You won't. Never do.
Tinley Park in Chicago.
Tinley Park Convention Center in Chicago. It's about 1,000-seat room, and we want to fill it.
Chicago will
So
come out.
Chicago,
What's the date?
September 27th 7th, that's a Friday night. Come on out. We'd love it. It's on the south side of Chicago.
And just announced that our opening act is the wonderful Nate Craig, who's been on this show. He's going to join us there. He's got another gig he's doing on Sunday in Cleveland. Then he's going to come to Ann Arbor the next night. We're going to be in Ann Arbor for
if you go to superscholars.com, you can pretty much see us. We've booked our schedule on like all the way through April of next year in terms of stuff. And we're going to go out and do some live podcast dates as well. We're in the process of booking some of those as well. So if you go to superscolars.com, see, we couldn't even get scholarbrothers.com. We couldn't even do that.
Really?
So someone got that. So we got superscolars.com.
And they're using it actively?
Probably not. I think it goes to Tomlinson Motors. Kidding.
Motherfuckers.
Son of a bitch. These guys are gabbling up everything.
They're everywhere. So you got anything in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah. When does this come out?
Probably
a couple weeks from now.
By the end of July.
End of July, yeah.
A couple weeks from now? Okay. Well,
Anything in August? What do you got in August?
In August, I know I'm in Santa Barbara the 2nd and 3rd. And then I am I'm on the Impractical Jokers tour in Detroit on the 9th.
Great.
Comedy on State in Madison the 15th through the 17th.
Amazing.
Funny Bone in Cincinnati on the 22nd through the 25th. And then the 30th through September 1st, I am at the Brea Improv.
I love that I said you got anything in August and you're like, I don't know, and every weekend is booked.
And I'm like, everything is
everything. I got everything. I got everything.
If you heard a city that you are close to that she's coming in, go see her.
All right? Dan, let's jump into the last story.
Coming in or coming to? I don't know what I mean.
Coming in.
Either way. Coming in or going out?
I don't know.
Sent in
Depends
by
where the iPod is.
Goose
iPod,
Duck at Mrs. Bologna Bags. I like it.
I love everything about it.
I can't tell you what any of it means.
Manchester, New Hampshire. A man was rescued.
Is that by the sea?
What's that?
Manchester by the sea.
Yes. A man was rescued Wednesday in Manchester after he got stuck dangling from a tree 60 feet in the air. You are up there.
Are you afraid of heights?
No, I don't think I'm afraid of height. I mean, if I'm dangling, yeah.
From a tree?
I'm afraid of very enclosed spaces.
Do you guys know how high 60 feet is?
Very.
Like,
high,
gross.
yeah.
That's like 6 stories.
And it literally.
Like, no joke. That's really high.
In Austin, Texas, when you walk across the bridge if you walk across the South Congress and you stand in the middle of the bridge, you look down.
I don't even think you're 60 feet then.
Yeah, it's about 80 feet.
Oh,
I
it
think.
is?
I think that's about 80 feet, but it's whatever. I've jumped off a 35-foot like rock ledge into a river.
Did it hurt your feet?
No, I was wearing a life vest, so I didn't go down as far as you would normally, but you are in the 35 feet. Where
were you?
It was in
Hawaii?
River. No, it was up in.
It was at the Cincinnati Zoo, and he was taunting some lions.
Guys, they needed to be told and put down. No,
this is my biggest question I have, my biggest concern. How much inspection did you do about the depth of the water?
He's wearing a life jacket.
I'm wearing a life jacket, so I'm not going to go down that far.
I need to know. You know that like in the Ozarks, like every once in a while somebody will still die because they don't know that there's fucking rebar.
Mister, I'm going to drink the gutter juice out of my phone is concerned about water depth from a
shoot, I don't want to be impaled. I'll die from
I didn't
wounds.
dive.
Bacteria.
I did not dive. I jumped. So, you know.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Still.
There's a difference.
I watched a bunch of people go ahead of me, so like that was my inspection.
That's how lemmings live their lives.
That's right. Exactly. Whatever. I just followed them.
I didn't wait for them to resurface, but I watched them jump.
I saw them go off.
I was just following orders.
I stayed in line.
Wait, how long were you in the air for? Is that what you're saying?
It is an impossible length of time that you are in the air for 35 minutes. You have a lot of time to do a lot of things. 35 feet. And it is so if you are dangling by your feet 60 feet in the air.
Dangling by his feet?
I can't imagine.
He's just dangling.
Dangling, okay.
Manchester firefighters rescued the man from the tree in Lafayette Park after he was stuck for about 30 minutes.
Oh my God.
I hope someone was like, yo, we got to get this cat out of this tree.
That cat up there? That cat.
Daniel LaCourse said he climbed the tree. This is You're going to know everything you need to know about him by the end of this half sentence.
And LaCourse is basically going to be just another synonym for of course.
Right. Yes.
Daniel LaCourse said he climbed the tree in an attempt to recover his drone.
LaCourse.
Which he got caught in the tree 2 weeks ago. So this is 2 weeks of him not being able to sleep.
Trying to get my drone back. Trying to get my drone back.
Yeah, exactly.
What is worse?
She's never coming back, but that drone is.
What's worse? The fact that like this guy had to like literally risk his life to get the drone, or the guy in the story before sifting through his own shit to pull out an AirPod?
I want Angela Bassett to play him in how Daniel got his drone back. I should
Sklar
not have
Brothers.
laughed that hard at my
Daniel,
own
of
dumb
course.
joke.
How Daniel got his drone back, of course.
When his earlier efforts
he has to start dating a younger black man just to get that
He
drone.
starts dating Morris Chestnut just to get his drone back.
Sure. When
Good
his
looking man.
earlier efforts to free the drone failed, which I hope was just him throwing a stick every day
Absolutely.
for 2 weeks.
Early efforts.
Come back tomorrow when I get more sticks.
Early efforts denotes way too much planning.
There's 9.
You know what I mean?
No one's mentioning that all of a sudden in the last 2 weeks there's been 9 kites caught up in
Yeah,
it. He's like,
exactly.
I thought I could kite it down.
There's 8 more frisbees up there now.
When his earlier efforts to free the drone failed, he borrowed a friend's climbing gear and then looked up, quote, how to climb on YouTube.
But
Dude.
this is what the movie Free Solo should have been about.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I said this online about Free Solo.
Free solo mission.
Free Solo lifestyle.
Got it. Lifestyle.
Now, what'd you say about Free Solo? Because I haven't seen it yet. But
Oh, it's like an unbelievably incredible movie about a guy trying to climb out of a relationship.
He borrowed a friend's climbing gear, looked up how to climb on YouTube. Dude, you need more than that. And then set out
He should have
Wednesday
read
to
Climbing
get
for
the drone.
Dummies. He should have read Climbing for Dummies.
Men, ask for help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just
man.
ask for help.
They're too
Too proud.
Taylor
Proud.
is
So right.
By the way, asking for help and getting help is the most satisfying thing in the world.
You also give someone, there's a Jewish word called, it's a mitzvah. It
Yeah.
means it's a good deed. You give someone else the joy of being able to help you.
Right. What do you, if someone asks you for help and you give help, you feel great about yourself. So think about giving that feeling
Do
to
it in
someone
a
else.
comedy sense. If you came to us and said, hey, I have this bit and I don't know how to end it, and this is where it goes, and we're like, oh, what if you did this? And you did that and it worked, we would feel so much joy for you.
Right.
Period. And you would feel great because you finished the bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
This guy robbed somebody of
the
their joy.
Yeah.
Well, he
Of
set out
helping
on
him.
Wednesday to get the drone. I'm going to show you guys a picture of Daniel, of course, in
Oh, thank
happier
God.
times. And he is
Is he with his drone?
Is he on the ground?
This will be on the website.
everything you want him to be.
He's wearing
that-
a virtual reality
I think that
glasses.
that's a camera he can see what the drone sees.
He can see
That he
inside
wears,
his
like,
ex-girlfriend's
these, like-
apartment.
I hope not.
He's
Yeah,
got a
he-
long ponytail.
He's like,
Yeah, or
he's
a
like,
ponytail.
I
But
don't
it is
need,
long.
I don't need to be a part of a neighborhood watch. I am the neighborhood watch.
At first, it seemed simple
I'll
enough
watch the neighborhood.
to Daniel, but once he hoisted himself up and used a large stick to dislodge the drone, things started to go wrong. Quote,
No,
I just,
Dan, things started to go wrong when he started growing his hair out in the back.
right.
That's a fact about
Things
that.
started to go wrong when he couldn't handle constructive criticism. Quote, I just didn't expect it to be so difficult and take so much endurance. You're climbing, dude.
By the way, he
They
could
don't
be talking
tell you
about
on YouTube.
everything in his life with that statement.
Everything.
Sex, relationships, working, career.
Daniel, of course, his friend called the fire department to help him down. I hope that argument took 20 minutes.
Dude, the most shocking thing about this story is that he has a friend.
He couldn't grab anything.
It's like Magic the Gathering. Like all you
But
need
that
is
does bring
all you
people
need is a
together.
deck of cards and some friends. Deck of cards, got it.
He couldn't. He
Friends,
couldn't.
that's where we get into a dicey area.
I like the idea that he called his friend and his friend's like, only because you have my climbing equipment.
Yes, I
That's
want
the
that
only
back.
reason
Yeah,
I'm
I
going to
need that
get you.
carabiner.
Yeah.
How great would it have been if he gets the drone, comes back down, and accidentally leaves the climbing equipment up there?
Son of a bitch.
And go back
He
up.
uses the drone to get it down. And the drone
and gets that
stuck.
stuck.
Quote, he couldn't grab anything, said District Chief Mike Gamach, who responded to the call.
Mike Gamach he's had a mustache for 50 years.
Mike
he was
Gamach.
16.
And he's had a mustache for 50 years and he's 62.
Mike Gamach.
Gamach.
Mike
He
Gamach.
watches those auction car shows
Yeah.
on ESPN
Mike Rick
Classic.
Thomas X coin
Yeah.
extravaganza.
He couldn't grab anything. He wasn't holding on to anything. He was just hanging on the rope. Quote, this is from Daniel. Panic set in when I couldn't feel my legs. No shit, Daniel.
Wait, he was just hanging on a rope.
Yes.
Now, was
Somehow
he
he got the rope up
up and
there.
over?
Yeah, and then must have anchored it, and then I have
Wait a
no
minute.
idea.
Wait a minute.
I
He
can
may
feel
be.
my legs when I'm with you.
So I think he's in a harness. This is what I think.
Okay.
I'm
And
gonna
I
see
think
if there's a photo.
he's in a
while you talk.
harness and it's over the top. So he is like he's rappelling, but he's dangling off this thing, and it's probably cutting off circulation into his legs.
Wait, damn it! It was just.
You
It
have
was
it,
showing
Dan?
it. Okay, there is
Yeah,
a.
he is hanging.
Okay,
Oh my god!
It's going through a series of gifs, and then you'll see.
There he is.
Yeah, so he somehow did get a rope up there and then hung down from it.
You know, on the way up too, he was like, "Oh, I'm fucking doing it."
Yo,
Like, oh, it was
yes.
just so.
How many
like-
times did he say to himself, "I don't need anybody"?
Yeah. It's all you, Daniel.
Gonna
Yep.
show them.
Of course you will.
Using a ladder truck, the fire department was able to secure LaCourse's equipment and bring him back down. LaCourse was okay and got his drone back. Quote, they did everything, a lot of things to make sure I was safe, which is the opposite of how you're
By the way,
living your
they
life.
did everything. A lot of
Then he
things.
walks it back.
They did everything. They did a lot of things.
They did some things to help me get my thing.
If they just did a lot of things, they didn't do everything.
Let's not forget that there's nobody to save if I don't get myself up there.
Right.
So,
So I did something.
Let's not discount my part in this whole thing.
Never did get that aluminum blanket that I've seen on TV.
Right.
Mylar
So.
wrap.
LaCourse said he won't attempt a climb like that again. Quote, it was really, really scary, he said. Never again. Firefighters, this is the last thing on here, and I just love that the firefighters are like...
They have to weigh in on this too.
Firefighters said Daniel LaCourse likely would have died if he'd fallen from the tree.
Yeah.
No shit.
Hanging
60
head
feet?
first?
No,
Yeah.
he's not head first. He's just like
He might have ended up that way by the time he
Maybe.
went down. Oh, man.
Jeez.
And there is a moment where you're just like, I am an adult man and my toy got stuck in a tree and I couldn't go get it down and I needed somebody.
I need a dad.
I need a dad to come and get me down. You basically are like a.
That's what happens when you become an adult. The fire department becomes your dad.
father.
That's your dad.
Because your
Promise?
actual dad
You
can't.
promise?
You promise? Y'all gonna leave me?
You know what? You know why it's them? Because when you call them, they have to show up.
There you go.
Number
You're
one.
just calling them to your dance recitals.
I know.
And like your dad, they only work 9 days a month. Is that it, Dan?
That's
There
it.
we
There's
go.
a show. I love Taylor Tomlinson on this show. You have an open invite whenever you
Oh
want to
my gosh,
bring me
this
back.
was so fun.
Check
Great
out her
mothers.
Great.
podcast, your podcast.
Self-helpless?
Self-helpless. T-Tom Comedy.
Mm-hmm.
TTomComedy.com. Check it out and look at it. If she's near you, and she has a lot of dates coming up, go see her. Go see her, and you will love her. And
Go see Dan. Support his taping. Go see us in Tinley Park. Let's fill up 1,000 seats.
and superscholars.com. Get our dates. And no shit, we got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, calm you down. It's Dumb People Town.
Scarpins Avenue, a podcast network.